Okay, cool. Right, let's get straight into the question. Are you fearful for your exams? Be honest with yourself. Are you fearful for your exams? Most of you, probably, yes, you are fearful. The ones who are not fearful, they're probably confident or they probably don't care. But for the majority of you, yes, you're fearful. But this is where you're going wrong. If you are fearful for your exams, you are living in the future. Let me explain. There is a saying, right? I don't know if it's a saying, but there is kind of like a saying where if you're angry, if you're bitter, if you're frustrated, that means you're living in the past. If you're fearful, that means you're living in the future. But if you're at peace, that's when you know you're living in the present. Now, I know it sounds all cliche. It might sound cliche, but it's the truth. It's the reality. If you're fearful for your exams, that means your mind is thinking about the future of what could potentially happen. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. Right? Think about that for a second. Your mindset should be focusing on the present. You shouldn't be focusing about that. You shouldn't be scared and fearful of that. It's natural. Don't get it wrong. It is natural. I had that a lot of the times, and I still have that as well, time to time. I think about that, but then I have to bring myself back into it. You should be focusing right now on what is at hand, like the present moment. What task do you need to do right now, this moment in time? That's what you should be focusing on. Because the problem is, right, when you're focusing so much into the future, you're not able to concentrate at the task in hand. You're not able to concentrate on the things that needs to get done now. And that means your revision, that means your studies, that means your practice papers. That could also mean, this is not just for exams and revision, this is just other things in life as well, relationships, all these kind of things, right? If you're thinking about the future so much, or you're worried about the future, or you're fearful about the future, you're not productive. You're not focusing on the things that needs to happen now. And I'll guarantee you this, I'll tell you this, right? If you are able to focus in the present moment on the tasks, and I'm not trying to be all cliche and all that, be happy. Like, listen, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like just focus practically on the task at hand right now. You're not going to have the capacity to think about the future. You're not going to have the capacity to be angry about the past because someone dumped you, or someone hurt your feelings, or a teacher said this. You're not going to have the capacity. Why? Because you are focusing right now in the present moment. Think about that for a second. When you were at peace, right? Think about a time, and I'm being really honest here with you. Think about a time when you were at peace. How did that feel like? You had no thoughts. There was no thoughts going. You were just in the present moment doing what you were doing. There was no thoughts. There was nothing about the past. There was nothing about the future. No angry emotions, no frustrations, no bitterness, no fearfulness, not being scared. It was just you being in the present moment. That's called being in the flow. That's what it was called, being in the flow. State flow, I think that's what it was called. When you're just focusing in the present moment and what you're doing. I remember when I was, there's a pattern with me. So for those of you, for you, if you don't know, I worry a lot. I am a warrior, okay? I worry a lot. I used to worry a lot, and I'm trying to reduce that. I worry about the small things, and then I magnify them. So whether it's, okay, what grades am I going to get? Oh my gosh, the exams is coming. What am I going to do? Or if I'm going to get into universities, or if I'm going to get a job, or even these businesses that I'm running, what's going to happen in the future. I worry a lot. But then I realized, man, like, if I put my energy and focus in that worry, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to improve. Nothing is going to move, right? Because I'm focusing on the unnecessary things as opposed to focusing on the task in hand. Where is my attention needed right now? That's what I should be focusing on. And then I realized that, okay, because I'm focusing on all these things, or I'm worrying, or I'm getting angry, I'm wasting time and energy and willpower and capacity in my mind to actually get the work done. And then before you know it, I haven't done anything. I haven't actually done the work or anything because I've been so in my mind, mentally stressed, worried, fearful. For what? You see, when we project about the future, so when you're fearful about your exams, right, you're projecting something that might not happen, but in your head, your brain is making you think that, oh, this is what's going to happen. That is a complete lie. That is complete lie. Most of the times, the things that we project or we're fearful of never happens. It never happens. It's not the reality. It's just your mind playing tricks. You should not trust your brain. I know. Watch. See, this is. I'm probably going to get stick for this as well. But you should not trust your brain. Your brain is trying to keep you alive. But that's from our pre-ancestors, right? That's, it's a flight or fly mode. But your brain is just telling you things that is not true, and you should not listen to your brain. This is why I had to stop. It's like, no, stop looking into the future. Stop focusing now. Focus on the work in hand. This is what I was saying in my previous video. Set timetable, stick to the structure. Don't worry about what your brain says. And when you start doing these things, and when you're actually working, you're doing this day in, day out, you're going to be tired. Not tired because you are mentally thinking about that. You're going to be tired in the sense that you don't have the capacity to be thinking about those things because you're so in the present moment. And then that worry, that fearfulness, the angry and everything starts reducing because you're not worrying about it. You're not thinking about it. Even if it does come as a thought, just take it as a thought. That is it. Don't process it. I magnify thoughts. Like for me, if a thought comes, I'll magnify it. It's so bad. That's what I was saying. I worry a lot. But then it's to what cost? To what cost is this worry going to help me? Like, you have your exams right now coming up, okay? Cool. Ask yourself this question. If I spend time worrying about my exam, oh my gosh, my exams are coming up, because I've had comments, I've seen the comments. People are worried. People are fearful of the exams. Okay, that's fine. But then what are you doing about it? As opposed to just being worried about it all the time, because that worry is a waste of time. It's not going to get you anywhere. You're not moving forward. You're still in the same position as you were 1-2 weeks ago. And maybe as time comes more and as time progresses, your position will get worse because now the worry starts to magnify. Forget about the exam. The exam date has been set already. That from 3, 4, 5 months ago. It's already been set. Don't worry about that. That's not going to change unless it's another COVID, but I highly doubt it. That's not going to change. So that's something that you can't change. Is out of your control. What can you do that is in your control? Focus on the present. Focus on the tasks that you need to do. Focus on the content that you need to revise. Focus on the papers that you need to do. Focus on the content that you are struggling with. That is what you can control. Don't worry about anything else. Because, look, what this is, right? What I'm saying this to you right now, you are going to get this as well after you finish your school, university. Trust me, I guarantee you, this is still going to happen, right? In the actual real career world, when you get a job, when you get, if you start a business, everything, you're going to worry a lot. There's going to be a lot of worries. I run business as well, and I worry as well. But the thing is, this worry doesn't get me anywhere. This is real life shit, right? So if you are able to start understanding the way your mind works now, it is going to reap dividends when you go into the other things of your life, in your fields, in your careers. Because those things are going to be magnified to another level. Trust me when I say that. That is going to be to another level. So you need to start training your mind and telling your lizard brain that, no, this is not going to work. We're not going to think about the future. We're not going to think about exams. We're going to think about right now and what we can do. Another thing as well that I want to share, and I think maybe you guys have gone through this, or maybe you've gone through this or not, but is don't listen too much to other people, your friends, or the so-called friends that try and snakily just say, oh, have you done your revision? Man, I haven't done any revision. They just try and put unnecessary tension. You don't need that shit. You don't need that shit. There are people like that will do that on purpose just to put you off, just to get you worried. You don't need that. Cut them off. Don't need to be talking to them during this period. The only person you need to be talking to is yourself. What do I need to do? That's it. No need for distractions. Because those distractions is going to add more fearfulness to the fearfulness that you have of your exams. You don't need that. So cut those things off. Just literally focus on the tasks at hand. Like, I think I wrote some other thing there. I think, what did I write? Yeah, well, that's literally, yeah, exactly. When you're at peace with yourself, you have no thoughts. When you're at peace with yourself, there's no thoughts going through your mind. You are in the moment. You are in a state of flow. That's when you are at your peak, like your strongest. Nothing can push you. Nothing can derail you. You are just getting on with the task. Then those fearfulness about the future, about the exams coming up, you don't care. There's a date, it's been set. Cool. Being fearful, being nervous coming nearer to the exam when it's 1 or 2 days before, that's fine. That's natural. We all have that. That's fine. That is good because it means you care. So you should have that. But when it's like a month away, etc., you don't need to be thinking about that stuff. Think about what you need to do and just get it done. That's it. So yeah, I think, like, going back to the question, are you fearful of your exams? If the answer to that is yes, you need to take a step back and look at, okay, am I actually focusing on the task that I'm doing right now? Is my mind fully focused on what I'm doing? Or am I just thinking unnecessary thoughts about the future? And if I am, I need to start getting rid of that, because it means that it's going to affect my studies and my productivity in this present moment. You don't need to be thinking about those things. And if anyone else says otherwise, it's complete bullshit. I did that. I worried a lot. I remember I worried a lot, and I realized that it doesn't get me anywhere. It's a waste of my time, and it's a waste of emotions, and it's a waste of effort. And by that, after that, it's draining. Like, think about it. Worry is a very draining energy. Fearfulness is a very draining energy. It drains your soul. It drains your life power. Imagine you do that day in, day out. My days, man. And imagine if you were able to take that energy and actually put it into actual productive work. Imagine how you would feel. Imagine the confidence you will get from that. You'll start building a wall that's going to be so resistant to all those negative thoughts coming. It's like, no, I can't get through now, because you've been building such a strong wall from all those work that you've been doing, the confidence that you've been building. So I would say right now, like, just don't worry about it. Ignore it. It is what it is. It's there. That's fine. Focus on the work. Stick to your timetable and just get on with it. This is a bit of a shorter video, but I just thought, you know what? Let me just share this, because if you are thinking like that, you need to get rid of those thoughts. And if you're angry as well about other things from the past, let it go. Listen, I need to work on that. I'm still working on that. And that's why I'm letting you know, as I'm working on this, is that being angry, frustrated about the past, maybe what a teacher said or your friend said or something, is absolutely the only person that it's going to affect is going to be you. Do you know why? Because they don't know that you're feeling angry and bitter and all that. And you guys might not have it, but I'm just saying, just because I'm going through it as well, and I'm learning to try and improve it. If you are going through that, just let it go. Let it go. It's no point. It's no use. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's just gonna make you feel, I don't know, it's going to make you feel like it's going to give you a negative impact on life. It's going to give you a negative outlook of life. That's what it's going to do, a negative outlook on life. And you don't want that. You're here to push yourself. You're here to improve yourself as an individual. I am learning this, and I'm trying to do this as well as myself. I'm not perfect. I will never be perfect, and I'm okay with that. Because the moment I think I'm perfect, that is the moment I'm going down. That is the moment I stop learning. I don't want to be perfect. For all those people out there that say, oh, the perfect couple, the perfect student, the perfect worker. What the heck does that even mean? No one's perfect. We are not perfect as human beings. We have imperfections, and that is okay. As long as we are self-aware, as long as you are self-aware of your imperfections, on the things that you need to improve on, that is respect. Self-awareness is so important. A lot of us do not have self-awareness. We just go with the tide. We go with what society is saying, but we don't actually take a step back and think to ourselves, okay, where am I going wrong here? Where am I going wrong, and what can I do to improve? Because if you are not self-aware, you will never be able to improve. You're always going to be here. If that's what you want to be, if that is where you want to be, cool. Don't be self-aware. But if you want to keep moving up in life, I'm not talking financially, by the way. It could be financially is part of it, right? If you want to be successful, it could be anything in anything. You need to be self-aware of yourself. You need to know yourself. You need to know yourself. You need to know your flaws, your strengths, everything about you. Do you know that? Do you really know about you? Do you know about your thoughts? Do you kind of analyze your thoughts as they come? Or just like, oh, whatever, it's just a thought? It's very important. Because when you know more about yourself, it doesn't matter what the other person externally says. It's not going to get to you, because you know yourself very well. You know, that's not me, that is you. You have issues, not me. That's such a powerful place to be in. So when you're looking at these things, try and take a step back and say, okay, hold up. I'm being fearful here. Is this needed? Is this going to get me any sort of practical value? No. So I need to stop this and I need to focus on what I need to do right now. Is what I'm going to do right now going to give me practical value? Yes. It's going to help me to get one step closer to answering these questions, understanding the content, getting a better practice for exams. That is valuable for me right now. Okay, let me focus on that. That is it. That is it. Don't be looking at, I know I mentioned this in my previous videos, but I just want to remind you again, don't be looking at all these YouTubers and TikTokers that just say, oh, do this, you'll be okay. Like, just take it easy. It's complete rubbish, man. A lot of these people haven't even experienced the hardships of life. So they just think that life is some sort of rosy, cozy way of coasting through. Yeah, then if you think that you're very delusional, you are going to get brought down to your knees. You watch. You watch. See, for me, like this channel, what it's starting to become, I can feel like, maybe you are feeling like that, is I don't want to talk about the successes. I want to talk about the hardships as well. I want to talk about just the struggles, because people go through struggles, but people don't talk about that. YouTubers don't talk about that as much. They just talk about, hey, look, my perfect life. You have no perfect life. If you're showing yourself that you have a perfect life, that basically means that you are insecure in yourself and you want validation from everyone else. Why, if you have a perfect life, why do you need to show that to people? Think about that. Yeah, actually, that's so true as well, isn't it? If you have a perfect life, why do you need to show that to the world? You wouldn't care. Because you're content with yourself, you're fulfilled with yourself. Why do I need to show that to other people? You see? There's the flaw. There is the flaw there. Oh, this is why I love just talking like this, man. I love talking like this because it just opens up so much thoughts. It's a lie. If you are watching other YouTubers and TikTokers that are showing their life, it's a lie. You should put it down in the comments. Show me your hardships. Show me when you're going down. Show me when you have mental breakdowns. Show me when things are not going well. That is what you want to see. And the reason that is what I want to see. You know why? Because that's where the learning curve comes from. That's why I want to share this stuff. I don't want to just share like, hey, listen guys, I'm doing so well. Oh, this is great. No. What are you going to gain out of that? What are you going to learn from that? There's nothing you can learn. Yes, maybe you can learn some tips and advice of, okay, don't do this, but you'll learn a lot more from someone who has gone through struggles and hardships and is actually sharing it openly, letting you know that it is hard. And this is this is real life. This is real shit. I don't want to be that person that just says, hey, look guys, I don't have a perfect life. I'd rather share to you the struggles, the hardships, and the reality and the truth of life. And that's probably why I've said this so many times. That's probably why I don't get that much views. I probably don't get that much views because people don't want to hear that, because, oh no, it's so negative. Okay, fine, it's negative. But when it comes to you, when life comes and hits you, where are you going to go? Who are you going to run to? Stop looking at all this. Listen, I'm not saying don't be positive. I'm not trying to not advocate being positive is bad. You have to. It is important and you have to do that. But you also have to understand that and appreciate that there's also a lot of negative stuff, a lot of hardships that you also have to, how do I say it, take into account. You can't just say, oh, this is like, if you look at some of these TikTokers, they just show just the good things, right? Just the good things. Okay, fine. Then that's not painting a real reality of life at all. At all. I mean, if you look at my videos, they're a lot more truth, authentic, raw, hard, because that is what you're going through. I can make my videos look very good in the sense that, hey guys, it's gonna be okay, everything's gonna, but what are you gonna learn from that? You'll probably get like a 2 minute, 2-3 minutes motivation from that. But even then, after the motivation that you get, the spike, you're not really gonna do anything. You need to get practical value. I'd rather be honest, that's fine. If people are gonna hate me, let them hate me, I don't care. Because I've gone through this stuff. I've gone through this shit. I've gone through this hardships of life that people don't talk about and just kind of keep it in with themselves. They don't want to share it because they feel that it's going to make them feel go down. And that's fine, man. If it makes me feel go, if me sharing the truth and honest is going to make me go down, or the views are not going to be there, or people are not going to like it, that's fine. But that is the truth. And I know there are people out there that are going to listen to the truth, that will be able to resonate. I'm just not there yet. That's all. It'll come. It'll come. Comments have started coming. You can see my longer videos. Look at the comments on the longer videos. The analysis, the watch time hours is a lot longer, because I can start to see people are starting to relate. People are starting to feel what I'm saying is true. So for those that just want to Try and think everything is happy and rosy. Listen, you're delusional, and you're gonna go in a you're living in cuckoo land. You're living in cuckoo land. Start doing it. Start getting the work done. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about the fearfulness of the future. It's a lie. It's not reality. You control your lizard brain. The lizard brain doesn't control you. And as you start doing that, you will see progress. As you see progress, your confidence starts building. As your confidence starts building, you build a wall that just completely blocks the negative thoughts, the fearfulness, the anger, the anxiety. Your outlook of life, it becomes more positive. You now become more hungry to become better as an individual, to improve as an individual. That's so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Your level just keeps rising up, up, up. And then people want to talk to you. People want to be around you because you're always so good. You're always so positive. You're always one where it's like, wow, this person, this girl is amazing. This guy just, wow. Ask yourself this question always. Who do you want to become in the end? Everything starts from zero. When are you going to start? Peace.